Well, good morning, everybody. So let's sort the cars out that we need to switch on the other side of Douglas Avenue, which nominally would be the west side, although I've got everything sort of jacked around. So you can see the white tank car and the General Chemicals hopper. They are in the correct position right now, relatively speaking. So we're going to go down and pick up the CP rail boxcar, which is going to go to the team track, and we'll put it on the end, couple it onto the tank car. So I'm narrating this Saturday early afternoon. Beautiful day. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day too. But we've had 7.5 inches of rain so far this month, and most of that's been in the last few days. So my grass is out of control. I will be cutting it tomorrow, probably bagging it, because I have to go to Canada for 2 weeks and I haven't got anybody to mow it yet. Found anybody to mow it, so I want to get it as best as possible condition when I get back. Sitting out on the garden railroad so I can be in the sun. We've got the cattails are starting to grow in the pond, and we've actually got a leaf from the water lily that has made it up to the surface. So won't be long. Tried experimenting with some different camera angles. So this is shooting through the elevator, obviously. Chance has already had another setback. I think he's got back problems. So back in January, he could hardly walk. Took him to the vet and had a series of laser treatments on his back. And he definitely got better. And slowly going downhill. And now he can't hardly walk again. We may just have to do those periodically. They're not cheap. I've had to carry him up on the porch last night after going to the bathroom. I had to do it again this morning. My wife can't do that, so we have a ramp to get him in and out of the car. She's going to have to use that while I'm gone. But we got some pain medication and some anti-inflammatory stuff from the vet yesterday, and we're hoping that helps him out, gets him more comfortable. So the Burlington Northern reefer is going to go to Miller Distribution. So it's going to be next. The Rock Island boxcar is going to ITT Grinnell. And there's also going to ITT Grinnell is the boxcar on the end of the entire string. So we have to get those two in order, and then this train will be ready to be picked up by the C&O GP38 when they get done switching Wearever and Union Spring. That will probably be maybe sometime in May, because we got that Oak Hill train out there too. One problem I've run into switching in the yard versus switching on the layout is really difficult to see to uncouple cars. You know, when you're on track 1 or 2 and you've got cars on tracks 3 and 4, so I actually have a stool that I'm standing on, but how that's going to work when I put the lighting valance in, I'm not sure. Because I can get my head inside Chillicothe and inside Oak Hill, but it's sort of a pain. So I think if I sort of strategically place cars to allow me to see, might be something I need to consider in the future when I'm switching in the yard. Maybe push the car a little bit farther than I need to so I can see it better to uncouple. Just something to consider. My layout is fairly high by most people's standards. I love it for the appearance, like in the videos and the eye level view of when I'm just watching, not filming. If you're filming, it doesn't matter because you can put the camera any height you want. When I'm just running by myself, I love that high view. but it's definitely something to consider. I think Boomer said his layout is 57 inches, and that's 5 inches higher than mine. So, but HO is a little bit easier to uncouple too. Alright, so as soon as we couple this car on here, we'll have them in the correct order. And we'll back the switcher up and get it out of the way. And I'll do a little wrap-up video. Tell you what we're going to do next. And since I'm sitting out on the garden railroad narrating this, here's a tip. If you're going to build a garden railroad, try not to do it under a pine tree. There are needles everywhere. It's my neighbor's pine tree and I can't do anything about it. So. So this is where we ended up. This is actually the 8th video I've done of my yard operations. So when the crew gets done switching Wearever and Union Spring, they will come back, they will put the train, one of these 2 empty yard tracks. They'll pick up this, couple onto this car, and they will back out of the yard and push them down to Douglas Avenue to switch ITT Grinnell, Miller Distribution, the Team Track, and General Chemical. And that will conclude basically 1 day of yard operations. I'm going to Canada, be there for 2 weeks. So next weekend, I think that'll be the 20th of April, you just get 1 video. I'm going to shoot it in advance and take it with me, and then I'll post it. I'm in Canada that Saturday. Probably will only have 1 video the next weekend too, because I'll be coming home. I'm going to shoot another video for the 27th in advance, but I don't know, when I get home, I'm going to have a lot of grass, a lot of yard work to do, stuff to catch up on after being gone for 2 weeks. So I might only get 1 video that week too, but those will be concerning the Oak Hill job. We're going to go back, we're going to complete the GP7's run to Oak Hill to interchange with the Oak Hill Industrial Railroad, and then we'll start doing the switching in Oak Hill. We may follow the train, the Oak Hill Industrial train, or the GP7 back to Chillicothe, complete that run. That may actually take up most of the 20th run, then we'll start switching in Oak Hill with the Alco. Hope everybody enjoyed this yard series. I don't know if I'll do it every time. It's been a lot of work. But you will see it sometime in the future for sure. So everybody stay safe.